In a dank, dark office of a not-so-known producer, she sits. The producer comments that he recognizes her. He's seen her flicks before. She's big at the stag parties. But he just can't remember her name. It's a hot day, she thinks. Like all the rest. All 2 years of them. 2 years. And the motion picture epic that turned into just another come on isn't even a memory. Just another day like all the rest. Except this one has a special glow to it. It's not every day you sell your soul. But that's no way to think, she reminds herself. It's the 80s. She has to do what she has to, and she has to do it. Paige, she mumbles. Karen Page. Karen holds up a small envelope and waves it in the air. Look, this is worth something. Take it to the States and you'll get $1 million for it. The man pours himself a drink. Girl will say lots when she's hungry. Things I hear. Daredevil, okay? She beams, desperate for it all to be over. I said it. I said the name. And he's got another name. And it's written down right here. You want it or not? 6 weeks later, it's all just as hot, and the would-be producer, Raldo, takes Karen up on her word and sells the intel to a connection that he knows will put it in good hands. His cousin, Tonio. And that information takes no time to travel somewhere much cooler. A yacht drifting out in international waters, where a meeting is taking place. 6 individuals sit on the deck. One of them reasons they do good work, but not enough. They must expand more quickly into legitimate enterprises. They are to become the backbone of their new organization. There isn't a man on deck who doesn't jump when Stilson speaks up. Well, there's one, but nobody's sure if the word man quite covers him. Calling him Kingpin, that covers him well as any word can. Saying he's the boss of everything bad that makes money in what must be most of the free world. However, the meeting is interrupted. It seems one of the men just got an important message from Mexico. His cousin down there, Tonio, says he knows a local pusher that says he met Daredevil's old lady. Says for an armful, she sold his name. His real name. Give it to me, the Kingpin growls, lowering his glasses and looking the man in the eye. Nobody needs to be told. They all leave, fast as they can, without looking like wimps. Except for Wesley, of course. Wesley, he always sticks around for any last-minute orders, which is why everyone's so nice to Wesley. Turn the yacht back to New York, the Kingpin instructs. Locate everyone who has touched this envelope or spoken to anyone who has, and await the kill order. In the meantime, I shall test the information. 6 months pass. Winter hits Manhattan like an unwanted relative. Drops in with no warning and seems to stay forever. It spreads a thick white blanket that makes the city look clean for a few hours until the snow gets stepped on and driven over and made gritty and dirty gray. Matt Murdock is blind, so he misses the prettiest morning of the year. All he gets is hissing pipes and an East Coast chill that goes straight to the bones. Matt Murdock is also Daredevil. That's why his life is about to fall apart. Daredevil. Matt rolls the name across the bruise that is his mind. Comforting, it isn't. But at least it's real. Every other part of him is so far away. I don't drink, he thinks. I didn't drink last night. This only feels like a hangover. Daredevil. A victim. That's what I am. And that's what Daredevil is. A victim of radiation. That gave me superhuman acuteness of 4 senses and plunged me into a world of eternal darkness. I didn't ask for it, but I became Daredevil to fight crime. That much I've done right with my life. Matt listens to the muffled beeps and bleating of a grouchy city gone grouchier. He shakes 1 or 2 of the cobwebs from his brain. Why did I get up this morning? I don't have any appointments. I don't even have a job. And I better lay off crime fighting until my knuckles heal. A tiny, icy draft cuts across Matt's lower calf, reminding him the mail chute. He heard the mail slip through it and hit the floor. That's what woke him up. That's why he got out of bed. It's about time for the job offers to start coming in. Matt reads the envelopes with his fingers. The embossed ones are easy. Going by the scant impression of the ink on the others is a pain this early in the day. Nothing with the masthead of a law firm. Matt can only reason that word must have not gotten out that the hottest attorney since F. Lee Bailey is up for grabs. Amazing how long it takes for the news to circulate when you want it to. No offers. 3 bills. Something from the March of Dimes. The plastic rectangle of a cassette tape from Matt's girlfriend, which can't be good since she lives in town. And a letter from his bank saying that they haven't received his last 2 mortgage payments. He trusts them to screw up every chance they get. And finally, a notice from the Internal Revenue that Matt's tax files are being audited and that every penny he has is frozen until the audit is complete. All this before coffee. The tape player clicks as the wheels turn. Small amounts of static fill in for the empty air before the recording. Matt? This is Glory. The bubbling of the coffee pot rumbles in the background. I've been trying to call you for days now. It's all background noise to what's really important. A phone call is made. Hi, Sid. This is Matt. Just got something from the IRS. You don't seem to be home much. You're never home for me anyway. A voice over the phone call responds with something unexpected. It's... What do you mean, Sid? You've been my accountant for... You can't mean this, Sid. Lying to you? Sid, my records are spotless. Hello? There's no response. The line goes silent. And the coffee's ready. Now, it's just Matt and Glory. This may not be the best way to say this to you, Matt. And I know this is already a bad time for you. But I'm out of patience, Matt. The way you treat me, I'm through with you. Maybe if you let me in on what's plaguing you, I'd appreciate you not making this any more difficult. What I'm saying is that I'd rather ye didn't call me. Matt, so distracted by the morning, doesn't even notice the approaching footsteps before the knock at the door. It's a subpoena, demanding his presence at the grand jury hearing, not as a witness. 1 hour later, uptown, Matt stands in the office of a former colleague attempting to find out why someone is pressing charges on him at all. The man tells Matt he is no better than a disease. The man is risking his standing just by talking to him. If the charges had been made up by any other cop, but it was ex-police chief Nicholas Manolis. 20 years of impeccable performance. I know his record, Matt says flatly. The man picks up a manila folder sitting on his desk before replying. Far be it from me to judge you, but this is a sworn statement from Lieutenant Manolis. He says he saw you pay a witness to perjure himself in the Hendricks case. It takes everything for Matt to not reach for the folder. I can't believe Nick Manolis would do this. Not for anything. Matt turns on his heels and stomps away in frustration. But not before his former colleague reminds him, we never had this conversation, Mawthew, and whatever you do, don't harass Manolis. Wouldn't be good form. Night falls too quickly. Franklin Nelson walks down an apartment building hallway to the front door of Gloriana O'Brien. Snow's got the traffic all snarled. Got here as fast as I could. You know, you really shouldn't leave your door unlocked like this, Glory. It's not... Glory! Franklin, while apprehensive at first, swings the door wide open and examines his surroundings. The tables are overturned. The drawers are emptied. Couches flipped. Pots shattered. Books ripped. And glass shards scattered on the ground. All surrounding a broken Glory. They took everything, Foggy, she sobs. Came home and they taken everything. What kind of people would do? This is a hateful city. Scares me more than Belfast, bombs and all. They ruined my pictures, Foggy. What kind of people? You're safe, Glory, Foggy assures her. That's what counts. Come on, I'll fix you up a cup of coffee. No, she tells him. Not here. With everything broken and skewered around, I can't stay here tonight. Elsewhere, within the Daily Bugle, one worker stays late. His name is Ben Urich. He's a reporter. He's working the night shift at a great metropolitan newspaper when a piece of dynamite dropped on his desk. It's not the kind that hisses. It just rustles in his chief editor, Robbie Robertson's hand. It's disguised as an Associated Press wire that says Matt Murdock faces a host of criminal charges, including bribery, perjury, and misconduct. Matt Murdock is the most honest man Ben knows. He picks up the phone. Matt, Ben, I just heard. I have no statements for the press, the stranger tells him. Matt, if it's off the record, you can trust me. A chuckle, like dry ice cracking. Matt, I'm your friend, remember? He laughs. The line goes dead. The laugh seems to echo through the office. Ben is trying to pay back the man who saved his life. He worries, but not about Matt's honesty. Back within Matt Murdock's condo, he sits alone in the darkness, his mind racing. The bank insists he hasn't paid them, threatens to foreclose. He loses his temper and yells at them, and they hang up on him. He pulls out his checkbook and runs his fingers across the stubs. They're written with a ballpoint pen, leaves easy-to-read grooves in the paper. He wrote the checks on time, like all his bills. But there's no sign of them in his monthly statements. The bank never cashed them. Maybe they were lost in the mail. With his money frozen by the IRS, how can he... Matt hates money. Outside, the snow has turned to sleet, trying to chip away the walls around him. Something loose and wild flows through the city. Matt feels his pulse quicken like a jungle drum. It's the night. He's always loved it. He grabs the weightless bundle of cloth, the only part of his life worth living anymore. The one relief he can give himself when it all gets to be too much. Hey everyone, this is Corey from The Overlook, where we go over the books you may have overlooked. If you made it to this part of the video, I wanted to say thank you, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. A little bit goes a long way. I hope everyone has a great rest of the night.